Welcome to Mystery Movie Madness, where I'm your host, The Collector, the only place where it can't rain all the time, and joining me is the one and only Joe Mccrispy.
Hot off the frying pan.
Yeah, really? From what restaurant now?
Your local Denny's.
Yeah, no one goes to Denny's anymore.
Your mother does.
All right, so basically, each episode we'll be playing a game, and the rules to the game is each episode participants compete in a chosen movie topic. The goal is to figure out each other's films by taking turns giving clues. You win by correctly guessing the film by the end of the episode, and the winning person gets to choose a future topic for another episode. How's that sound to you?
That sounds pretty good. I guess we'll do this next time or whatever. Probably not, though. I'm not going to be here.
All right, so why don't you tell us what this first topic is about?
The very first topic you see will be horror movie slashers.
Now, like slashers as in a slasher film?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is a slasher film?
Slasher film's a type of horror genre, mostly consisting of a big guy in a mask and normally a kitchen knife or a chainsaw or something.
And that's it? That's all you got?
Yeah, I didn't do research, did you?
Yeah, I figured you'd half-ass it, so I did get some research.
Oh, you did?
A slasher film is usually typically adhering to a specific formula, which is a past wrong action causes severe trauma that is reinforced by an anniversary that reactivates or re-inspires the killer.
The hell, that sounds like a zombie movie. Reanimates the killer.
You didn't pick up any of that?
No.
So, in other words, a slasher film is about some sort of tragic backstory where a person was wronged by some sort of trauma and then eventually comes back, usually on the anniversary date.
Really?
So, for an example, Michael Myers, right, killed his siblings and then eventually returned because he found out that one of the siblings wasn't dead.
You got that definition from your Google Eats, didn't you?
Do you understand the concept of the genre that you picked?
Of course, I've seen Michael Myers.
Yeah, no, I don't care about Michael Myers.
And his beautiful white face.
No. Jesus Christ. What I'm trying to tell you is that there's a backstory.
Oh, there is.
So, for example, Jason was killed because teenagers weren't watching him, and his mom came back on the anniversary of his death and started killing counselors.
Really? I thought it was Jason in all the movies.
Okay, so in other words, you obviously understand the point.
No, I thought his dad was in those movies, yep.
Yeah, okay. So, what we do is to start asking questions back and forth to try to figure out each other's movies. And we're going to play a little game that I like to call Killer Trivia.
It's time for Killer Trivia, so go and tell your mom. It's time for Killer Trivia, for your sake, don't be wrong. It's time for Killer Trivia, we hope you play along, cause it's time for Killer Trivia.
Okay, so because you chose the given topic, I get to guess first at the question, and I'm going to pick the question at random, and here we go. Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. What did Kristen's mother put in her lemonade? Was it Hypnosil, sleeping pills, whiskey, or blood? This is a pretty easy one.
Yeah, whiskey.
First off, you don't get to guess. I get to guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it is obviously sleeping pills, and I'll find out the answer, and it is sleeping pills. What a surprise. She didn't put whiskey in her daughter's coffee to make her fall asleep. Although that probably would work. I don't think that would work. Well, at least in the 80s it might.
It would.
Okay, so now, obviously, I'm going first. So I choose, and I want you to give me the question give me the first clue to your movie.
First clue. Okay, this movie was inspired by John Carpenter's Halloween.
That's the only clue I'm giving?
This is the first clue. What do you mean, the only clue?
So the film was inspired by John Carpenter's, which one? Halloween?
Yeah, John Carpenter's Halloween, 1978.
Okay, yeah, I know when the movie was made.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so...
That's which one, you sure?
Okay, so let's see. I don't know. You know how many movies were inspired by that? Actually, do you know what that movie was inspired by?
Norman Bates. Was that his name? Jackson Bates? Was it Norman? It was Norman.
Norman Bates, well, that was from Psycho. That was like in the 1960s, but that technically wasn't considered a slasher film. One of the first slasher films was Last House on the Left,
Oh,
which
nice.
was done by Wes Craven.
I can see you actually did research.
No, that was just off the hip right there.
Oh, you're hip.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Must misfire a lot.
seeing as how you gave me a half-assed clue, I'm going to give you one, all right? My movie was released on February 2nd, 2001.
The movie The Collector.
No. Okay. So technically you guessed. So now I was going to keep reading more for more of a clue. I was just joking, but just because you decided to guess, I'm now ending that clue. So now you can give me your next clue.
Oh, next clue. The movie was co-written by Glenn. I can't read his last name. Glenn Leopard. Yep.
Oh, so far my facts are it was inspired by John Carpenter's Halloween, and some guy that you're naming as Glenn Leopard, he helped write the movie.
He co-written the movie.
Oh, yeah, that's what helping means. Thanks for pointing that out.
Fine, I'll give you another clue then.
All right, yeah, there you go. And stop shaking in your chair, by the way.
I can't stop shaking. We've been over this. It's been proven in my plot that my hot oil in my blood prevents me from stop shaking. We've been over this.
Was that one of the clues?
No. Okay, fine. Tom Savini did the makeup.
Tom Savini did the makeup.
Yeah?
Oh, this one's easy. I already know this movie.
Oh, really, what is it?
Are you kidding me? I already know this movie. This is The Burning.
No.
Are you kidding me?
It's not The Burning.
Well, maybe you get better freaking clues.
Okay, then you give me a clue.
Okay, you ready? Here you go. The movie grossed over $10 million in the opening weekend. It is also the cheapest film to ever receive a Super Bowl ad, and it grossed $37 million worldwide.
That Coke commercial.
The Coke commercial. Stop shaking in your chair. It's picking it up on the mic, yo. The Coke commercial. That's not even a movie. All right, your turn to give a clue, mister.
So just making you mad is funnier than actually playing this. This movie took $1 million to make, but it failed to make back its budget, only making $500,000 back.
Yeah, I'm still saying Friday the 13th.
That's false.
Yeah, so is your face. Okay, so...
It's only half plastic.
Yeah. Okay, so then you're the Phantom of the Opera.
No.
All right. So my movie was the first horror film to come out after the events of the Columbine shooting, which caused it to be horribly edited because everyone was worried that everyone would still shoot up more schools.
I think I heard this one before. Is it called Independence Day?
Yes, my movie is about aliens taking over the world and blowing up the White House.
No.
Does that sound like
I did not mean...
a slasher film to you?
No, I did not mean that Independence Day. There was
Will
another-
Smith?
No. Although he would make a good movie villain.
Yeah, no, he's too much of a goody two-shoes for that.
No, just imagine him showing up in Dark Alley and going, oh, that's hot, and kills you.
Okay, I think that's the wrong movie. So that's what you're thinking, Independence Day.
No, there was another movie that... I forgot it was.
I'm just pointing out how none of my clues actually help you whatsoever.
My clues are helping you. You were close.
All right, give me one. Give me the next one.
Oh, you want the next one? Okay, Blue Underground released a fully uncut version.
That doesn't help me. That's talking about a DVD release.
Yeah.
Not about the movie.
It's a clue. It's how the movie got produced.
How the movie got produced. What? This is ridiculous. Your clues are by far the worst.
You're upset 'cause you can't guess it.
That's because you haven't even said anything about the movie.
I told you Tom Savini did makeup. And I told you...
Is it The Prowler?
Ah, you got it.
Yes!
How'd you know it was The Prowler?
9 minutes in. The Prowler.
Night after night, he waited for her. The Prowler. If he gets you, you'll wish you were dead.
Yeah, well, he only did so many movies. I just shot from the hip.
I didn't think you knew it existed.
I've never even seen the movie.
Now that I'm high.
Just the only facts you've given me are Tom Savini did the makeup. That's the only thing you've talked about.
Yeah, that's because that's all you wanted to hear.
Which is funny because now for the rest of this podcast, you have nothing else to say except Tom Savini did the makeup effects.
No, I can tell you that the killer is dressed in a military uniform. And, actually, wait, I think I do have something. It had multiple names.
I've already guessed. I don't care about any of this.
Yes, you do?
I don't care about any of this whatsoever. Do you want your next clue?
No.
Okay, here's your next clue. So, I'll tell you his tragic backstory, seeing as how you couldn't even give me your guy's tragic backstory.
Oh, I know his tragic backstory.
So the tragic backstory is the killer as a child, right? I'm gonna go all out. You know what I mean? Because I was gonna hold back on some of these, but now I'm gonna start just giving you a little bit more. All right. Tragic backstory is he's at a school dance, and he's asking numerous girls to dance with.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
God damn it! Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? This is
Yeah.
bull crap.
Once you gave me a real clue, I could tell you.
Will you dance with me? Dance with me? Dance with me? Remember the kid everybody ignored on Valentine's Day? Loser. Well, he remembers you.
God, we were so horrible to that kid.
What do you think happened to him?
See, hold on, let me go with my vague answer, see if you could figure out from the vague answer. So there's a tragic backstory. The kid as a child is...
Valentine's Day.
Even let me say it. This is why I shouldn't have swung for the fences thinking that you wouldn't get it. I'm just so upset.
I guessed it immediately once you gave me a real clue.
Well, that's all right, because I tell you what, I'll still talk about my film as we go, seeing as how I've seen it, and
I haven't.
I see this movie, I saw it in theaters as a kid, and I don't remember a friggin' thing whatsoever, except for David Bananas.
David Bananas.
You know who David Bananas is?
No.
He was Angel. You ever seen that show?
No.
He was the sexy vampire before sexy vampires.
Twilight?
No, he didn't shimmer. He was just a sexy vampire.
Yeah, Twilight.
So have you ever heard of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
No. Actually, I heard of it. I haven't seen it, though.
Okay, so he was Buffy's boyfriend / vampire. So it's essentially just Twilight, but once again, he didn't shimmer.
So Twilight but less hot. I got it.
No, well, back in the day, David Bananas was the bee's knees, as they say.
He was these nuts.
Yeah. Basically. But anyway, so I hadn't seen this movie in probably, I don't know, pretty much since I went and saw it in the theaters. And
You should have said his nose bleeds every 2 seconds. No one would have gone.
well, the funny thing about this movie is it was like watching an episode of Sex in the City. Do you know what that is?
No. All I know is that it's on my mom's DVD player and it plays constantly throughout the house.
I left feeling powerful, potent, and incredibly alive. I felt like I owned the city. Nothing and no one could get in my way. Number one,
There you go.
he's very handsome. Number two, he's not wearing a wedding ring. Number three, he knows I carry a personal supply of ultra-textured Trojans with a reservoir tip.
Thanks a lot.
Anytime.
Essentially, it's just a bunch of chicks that just get drunk and bang people, and that's what this whole movie is.
Oh, so now we're in Hollywood. I get it.
Except this wasn't as good as that. This was just terrible, and believe it or not,
Wasn't good as Sex in the City.
no, but
That's sad.
the only saving grace about watching this horrible movie was for the first...
Boobs.
No, that's the second reason. For the first 45 minutes of this film, I thought that the lead character in it was Alice from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. So I was like, oh, this has got to be good. And then after that 45-minute mark, I realized it wasn't even her. That it was actually Deputy Hicks from Scream 4.
Oh, that's way better. What are we talking about? Hicks is the greatest. He was the best since Dewey.
You just said Hicks. You do realize I'm talking about a girl.
Yeah, Hicks. He.
You don't even know who I'm talking about right now.
No, I remember. She had blonde hair, a ponytail, showed up creepy in one scene.
All right, so tell me more about your film then.
Okay, so the plot summary is that a crazed World War II veteran gets revenge on his ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend and comes back to kill teens 35 years later.
I love how you finally decide to give me that intel after I've already guessed the movie.
I love how you finally gave me a real clue after I guessed your movie.
No, see, I shot from the hip, and you just apparently were holding out this whole freaking time on me.
Holding out, you did the exact same thing.
No, it's called playing the game, and technically speaking, right now we're even. So we are gonna have to go into sudden death, which the way that works is
We grab machetes and we kill each other.
I wish. We're gonna play another round of killer trivia, except we both get to guess, and the first person that names it first gets to pick the next category. So oddly enough, was it the first 10 minutes of this?
Yeah.
We both figured it out. Which I'm still saying that you have horrible, horrible clues.
Oh, really?
Another cool thing about the movie that I watched, well, it was one of the saving graces. It was the soundtrack was amazing, and I don't understand. Well, I understand why they did it, but I didn't understand how these worked. Like there was a huge dance scene, and it was all this new metal music playing in the background, and seeing like Denise Richards shake her ass to Static X. You would just never see that.
I guess that's your only favorite part.
So to name a few bands that are on the soundtrack, in which, see, back in the day before this thing called Apple Radio or iTunes, you used to be able to get compilations. So they would take a soundtrack for the movie and put a bunch of bands on it, and you would go and people would buy these soundtracks because you couldn't just download them. You didn't have that back in the day. You'd spend $15 on a CD. So that's kind of why a lot of these soundtracks were like really... well, not bad. They were actually really well. And this was actually a really sought after one. Some of the bands on it are Deftones, Rob Zombie, Static X, Linkin Park, Orgy, Marilyn Manson, and Disturbed. So anything good about your film?
Yeah, Tom Savini, yes, back to him, his effects are amazing as always, and he, quote-unquote, says that this is where some of his best work lies. Even the rest of the movie's generic.
Is this the one where the dude jumps on the car and gets like shoots the driver in the head with a shotgun, and the driver's actually Tom Savini?
I'm not sure about all that, but what I do know is that he managed to do an effect where like he sticks a guy. Crap. Well, we're gonna leave that in.
Nice. It just shows the quality of this podcast right here for you.
I have the best taste in quality.
That has nothing to do with your shitty skills as a podcast host.
My crappy skills.
You're allowed to swear on this, by the way.
Really, like I need your permission.
Well, no, I'm just pointing it out that this is a explicit podcast.
Oh, explicit now.
Not like rated X, like boobs and tits and stuff.
But yes, you can't afford that. You can't afford.
Well, podcast is also audio. It's not visual, so it'd be pretty impressive if you could make boobs come out of speakers.
This is what I deal with.
This is your life's legacy. You're gonna look back and be like, I did to broadcast of Joe Mccrispy.
Yeah, Joe McCheeseburger.
That is my cousin, and he died from type 9 diabetes.
Yeah, so you're supposed to be talking about the film, and halfway through it, you just gave up on Tom Savini and shit all over his career is what you did.
No.
So anyways, back to
you
my
interrupted
film,
me.
Since I actually did some quality research. There was an
On the toilet?
Yes, actually, technically, I could have.
You did?
But there's an obscene amount of orange juice drinking in this movie.
Those are your notes.
Yes, there's scene after scene where the girls are either getting shit-faced or they're just drinking orange juice. I'm assuming, I don't know if the vitamin C counteracts it or something, but I don't know why, but everyone drinks orange juice in this movie.
That's your notes. I come up with an actual fun fact about him saying this is his best work, and you come up with orange juice, and the girls in Sex and the City getting wasted. That's what you got from
me.
it.
That's what happens in Sex and the City.
That's what your career is.
Yeah, my career is watching Sex in the City. Anyways, tell me about your, was it The Prowler? So it's basically a movie about a giant cat?
You wish. Nah, it's about I already said what it was about.
That's it? That's the end of your notes?
That's not the end of
Well, then give me another one, because apparently we got to let people know if they haven't seen these films.
I have
Give
to?
them hints. They're supposed to be guessing even though they had basically 6 minutes to guess.
Even though you can just Google everything, because this is all off Wikipedia, but sure. So, Vicky Dawson as Palm McDonald. Yep, he's one of the actors.
Palm McDonald?
That's one of his names. No, it's Pam McDonald, my bad. Pam.
Once again, I just want to point out how shitty your clues are.
Look, I had to do this
I
off
don't
Google
even know
Notes.
Pam McDowson. Pedalson?
McDonald.
You just keep
McDonald.
changing it every time.
No, it's Pam McDonald.
So this movie was so good you didn't even watch it.
It's one of the actors, and along with Donna Davis as Miss Allison.
Oh, well, obviously. Had I known that, I would have guessed it an extra minute earlier. So another one of my clues that I picked up on was in these girls' apartments, so as they're being killed.
They're naked.
Well, no, but as they're being killed, a cop keeps coming by and talking to them, and at one point he randomly shows up to their apartment, and they walk over to the door. For some strange reason, there is 5 cat statues, but the cats' necks are elongated like giraffes, and they're all painted all kinds of funny colors, and I had no idea why anyone would have that in their apartment.
It's probably like he says my notes are terrible.
Well, I had plenty of time to watch the background in my film because of...
You did watch.
horrible it was.
You watched Sex and the City a lot. It's not. You didn't do this for research. You did this for fun, didn't you?
No. Another interesting fact, this movie was like watching Waterworld, basically. There is... And I actually counted these. I had enough time to...
Actually keep a
You would have enough free time to count these.
There was 4 shower scenes, 2 hot tub scenes, 1 stream, 1 pool, and 1 toilet bowl scene.
Disclaimer, he fast forward through all the scenes.
That's how much this movie was like Waterworld.
That's how much this means to you.
At one point, a girl washes her hair in the toilet.
I like you didn't talk about the killer's baby mask, or the
First
fact
off,
that the main
it's a sheriff
character.
mask.
Or-
See, a lot of my notes are supposed to be more vague.
I somehow know your notes. I somehow can make better notes without the fly. Like there's a twist killer when it's revealed.
That, once again, that's part of the whole slasher film genre, where there's a tragic backstory and you're supposed to figure out who done it because they come back years
The
later.
magic chest story of a guy getting blue-balled as a young man.
What?
That's what you said.
No, he
He gets
denied
rejected.
about going on to dances, then he makes out with a fat chick below the bleachers, and then she pushes him away, and a bunch of dudes strip him down, then beat his ass, and he goes to a mental hospital.
Yeah, so he gets blue-balled multiple times. Anyway.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I never fully finished my tragic backstory. you kind of cut me off.
You keep making fun of me, and then you realize.
So he's tormented, and because of the abuse, he ends up in a mental institution. Once he gets out, his parents die in a fire. So there you go. There's the full backstory. What was yours again?
Well, mine again. A man gets revenge on his ex-girlfriend and then kills random teens 35 years later.
I feel like you made up half of that.
I wish I did. I just got this from Wikipedia.
What? Jesus. This is just how bad your notes are. I am glad that I figured out what a slasher film was before this podcast, since you apparently didn't.
I know what it is. It's about these toys.
You got anything? You got anything as far as the body count?
Oh, the body count? Yeah, 7.
7. I love how you were supposed to do research on the film and you didn't even figure out the body count.
You said this is our first podcast, would be rusty.
This isn't rusty. This is the bottom of the Marinara Trench where you are right now. You're, I don't know, what is it, 20,000 feet? So that's what, 5.5 miles deep? You're 5.5 miles deep right now.
You said you wanted it to be organic, so I thought, what's more organic than me doing what I would have done if you told me to do this? By not doing it.
That makes, your logic is eluding me right now.
Are you saying I'm half
You're not even talking about the goddamn movie that you picked. This is your genre, and you're dropping the ball all over the place.
Oh, please, my genre.
That's it. That's all you didn't even talk about.
Okay, Linda Gross panned the film for being very violent.
Panned?
Panned. You don't know what panned is?
You mean banned?
No, panned, as in, put down.
She put a pan down because the movie was violent.
You...
Who is this?
She is a Los Angeles Times. I assume some Los Angeles news articles. I don't know.
Once again, this is so shitty. I want to take my eyeballs out with a pair of spatulas. That's how much your notes are helping me.
Oh.
Okay, so anyways, my body count...
Has giraffe heads in it?
My body count is 9.
Half your notes are Sex in the City. Keep in mind, folks, half his notes are Sex in the City notes, but keep going.
Wait to, out of all the actual factual information that I did give you, That's the only thing you pick up on. A TV show from the late 90s, which you've never seen and have no idea what you're even talking about.
I know about Waterworld. There's water in it.
You could have at least said Kevin Costner's got webbed feet, and that would be closer to what I talked about than what you said. Anyways, the body count is 9, and all the victims die in order and by the way and what they said to the killer from when they were children.
You really have too much free time on your hands.
No, see, this is called research. Research.
I was playing League of Legends, thank you.
Nice. I love the quality once again. So as far as the kills go, there was a couple cool ones where they are inside of a morgue, and the girl runs and she hides, and it's just rows upon rows of body bags, and the killer just keeps going back and forth, and he's stabbing from one body to the next body. Then at the last second, she opens up her body bag, and he just slices her throat. That's one good one. There's another good one that involving one of the many water scenes. There was a hot tub where he threw the girl into the hot tub, and then he threw the cover on top of it. And for some reason, it was a clear hot tub cover made of hard plastic, which I'm assuming maybe it's because they were rich. I don't know why you would have that. And he proceeded to randomly pull a drill out and start drilling holes in it, and eventually hit her, and she bled to death, I guess, instead of drowning.
All right, well, I guess I should hit a fact of talking about nonsense. So, yeah, the film was shot over a period of 6 weeks, beginning on October 1980. And it took between $400,000 to $500,000 used to make the movie. But the film estimated cost...
Oh, sorry, continue. I was so captivated by you describing the movie.
I was,
That's really selling it why people are going to want to go and see that movie.
Yes, and you talking about Sex and the City again is really going to tell people.
That's the only thing. Name me one girl from Sex and the City.
Your mom.
The only one I know is Miranda, and I think she was the slutty one.
Oh, of course you remember that one.
Really, that's what you get from that, mister. So I love how you're making fun of something you don't understand. That's pretty usual. So I got a couple taglines here, and I had to go kind of vague because I didn't want you to figure out the film, which you did in 2 seconds.
Yeah, because once you gave me a real clue, I figured it out.
So one of the taglines is 1, 2, 3. Are you ready to die?
That sounds like every person ever has said that.
Really, that's
Chucky
normal.
said that. The doll from Jigsaw.
What?
Jigsaw probably said that once.
I feel like you're just half-assing this once again.
I feel like you'd give me nothing, so I don't want to give you anything in return.
Here's a good one. Revenge is sweeter than candy.
Oh, that's from Candyman, man. You're getting your notes mixed up.
Actually, there's no candy in Candyman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then where do bees come from?
What do you mean, where do bees come from?
The bees are in his chest, meaning there has to be something attracting them.
So you're saying that the bees are attracted to honey, and they're making the honey into candy. Stop shaking, by the way.
I'm not shaking. I gotta tell you this.
Yeah, you keep bumping everything around you. It feels like your actual movie was Twister, by the way. That's how much damage you're doing over there.
Twister.
Yeah, do you know any facts about Twister?
Yeah.
That's the real slasher, by the way, because it does come back and wreak havoc on certain families, so it is technically a slasher film.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
And potentially could be a storm that has a wind in excess. Now, let's assume the worst at this point.
Joe! Bill! It's coming! Everybody underground now! Joe, come on! Get underground! Take cover right now! Joe!
I like how you compare a national disaster movie.
Okay, good. Tell me anything about Twister.
You are just... No,
Anything, besides the fact that there's a tornado.
You make fun of me saying I can contribute nothing. Meanwhile, you'd call a natural disaster movie a slasher movie.
Okay, yeah. See,
Or a
that's called
tornado.
a joke. And you
Oh,
still
a
haven't...
joke.
I want to point out you still have not said anything about the movie.
I did.
No, I'm talking about Twister still.
I
'cause-
literally just told you how long it took for the movie to be shot.
Yeah, I'm still
And where it
on
began.
Twister. I'm still waiting for you to tell me anything about Twister.
You're still on Twister. I like you just ignoring anything I say.
Yeah, okay.
We're half an hour in, and I still want to leave already.
Leave? You never even showed up.
Oh, I never showed up.
No.
I told you about Tom Savini's makeup. You ignore that.
That was
and
the
talked
only
about
thing. Your clues that
No, I
gave it
told
away
you
was
how far.
Tom Savini.
I told you when it was. I told you the period it was shot at, the 6 weeks, and it started shooting.
Okay,
on
tell me
19
something else about the film that actually might sell it to someone wanting to see it.
All right, yeah, fine. This movie was heavily censored, and most of the soundtrack. In fact, actually, I got something fun. Most of the music, oddly enough, was edited out in the Australia version, uncrediting the music artist, which...
I just want to point out your selling point for this movie is two things now. One, it was heavily censored, which means all the good stuff has been removed.
In
And the
Australia.
other-
Only in Australia.
You didn't say that till halfway through. You were talking about the music at that point.
Again, I'm trying to come up with fun...
So everyone's going to run out to Blockbuster Video now to go get a movie where the music was removed in Australia.
How old are you? Blockbuster's been closed, I think.
I love how you say, I think, at the end of that.
Yeah, I don't have enough time to look.
Do you
like
know
you.
what Blockbuster was?
Yeah, it was a place that sold movies.
You rented them.
Oh, you rented it?
Yeah.
No wonder it closed.
Actually, they went out of business because they were scamming people and lawsuits and everything else. Not to mention that they were opening up like one store for, I don't know, every like 3 minutes or something.
Help.
Nobody has the movie I want.
Hey, if it's on video, Blockbuster probably has it. I mean, we have over 10,000 videos.
Wow.
I'll watch these fast and have them back tomorrow, I promise. Relax. At Blockbuster, you can keep your videos for 3 evenings, so take home plenty. And use our 24-hour quick drop.
Do you have any children's videos?
Sure. Blockbuster's America's family video store. You know, we have more kids' videos than any place else. Hey, more movies, more nights, more fun.
Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference.
How old are you again?
What are you trying to say? I'm Old Man Whitaker's down by the beach. Anyways, back to my movie.
No, I'm saying you're crazy.
My movie actually won an award. Did yours?
No, because it's... No.
Yeah, you can't even describe your movie.
That's because there's nothing to describe. It's a standard slasher of Tom Savini.
Yeah.
Mine won the award. It won a Chainsaw Award for Worst Film. I told you, I've had a lot of time
That's your selling point.
while watching this movie to pick up on little things like
Yell at me for...
cat dolls.
Yell at me for selling points, right? Saying how you're not selling your movie, you're saying your notes are crap. And you proceed to hit us with, this movie won an award for being a piece of crap.
I've given you good death scenes. I've given you plot synopsis.
I tried to give you
I've
those. You
given
interrupted me.
characters. Actually, this movie itself.
I gave you characters. What?
Going back to my movie, we're talking about the cop that just randomly shows up. This movie is like Scream, but a lot shittier. So, like, the cop just randomly shows up and says there's a killer after you. At one point, he calls and he's like, we had to let the suspect go. Don't leave the house. And then you just never see the cop again. So he's like Dewey, except...
Your mama's sweet ass.
No, that...
It took you a minute.
Yeah, because that's not why he didn't show up. He didn't show up because the movie was shitty.
Oh, really?
So I have a quote for you. And I think you'll enjoy this quote. Once again, I had to find quotes that weren't tied to giving any sort of Valentine, because that would have been giving the movie away.
More than you already did?
Yeah, more than I already did. So the quote I got was, you brought me upstairs just to see your penis? How sweet. No, nothing? You got nothing?
How do you
for
want to
that?
respond to that?
I don't know. Wait, give me a quote from your movie.
No, you don't deserve one.
I don't deserve. So
Your quote.
None. Zero.
Your quote is.
So next time.
Repeat your quote.
Next
No,
time.
repeat it. Say it with pride this time.
You want me to say it backwards?
Yeah, say it
Like,
backwards.
literally?
Sweet how penis your C2 just stares up me brought you.
See?
You spent so much time. You could say, "Nice of you to show me your cock." That's your quote. Essentially, comes down to nice cock.
No, well, it pertains to, once again, the whole Sex and the City aspect, and he's going to bring Denise Richards upstairs to show her a present.
And it's his cock.
It is, but then at that point, she decides to tie him up to the bed and pour hot wax all over his penis.
His rooster.
Yeah, see, I'm still talking about the movie. And then she walks away and then proceeds to go to the hot tub.
I'm trying to add something called comedy to your notes because, you see, they're so unfunny, my soul died a little.
Tell me more about your movie.
Alright, fine. You see, this is what How am I supposed to give you notes when you're snoring?
I'm sorry. I fell asleep waiting for your movie.
Like I said, this is Tom Savini. You see, I wanted to make this point earlier, but Tom Savini considers some of his best work. There's a kill where he grabs a guy, and he shoves a blade in his neck, and they somehow made it so, like, blood's gushing everywhere, of course. But they somehow made it so the prosthetics. I don't know, cow testicles.
Here's the whole thing. Back in my film movie days.
Oh, you went to film school?
No, me and my sister. She was in film school. Well, she did films in part of her major.
I should take film school.
And we developed a system that we called the Blood Buddy 5000. And essentially what you do is you take a weed sprayer and you modify it so that normally it's like a trigger that pulls it, but you take tubes and you block it with a nail and you poke a little hole out and you pump it to like 150 pumps. And then when you spray it, that's where you get all the crazy spray effect coming out of the tube. So that's how we did it, by the way.
Well, see, it's not a spray, first off.
Oh, it's a geyser? Then you don't...
It's not a geyser. He sticks the machete in the guy's neck, and it's just pouring through like a waterfall.
So instead of spraying, instead of blocking the end of the hose, you just stick the hose there, and as it sprays out, it just gushes out.
And they somehow managed to leave the machete and the prosthetic still like standing up as the knife's caught in its neck.
Yeah, it's all a trick of the camera.
You see, I gave you. You see, so you can no longer accuse me.
By the way, we're 30-something minutes into this, and you still have not even really said anything about Tom Savini as far as what he did.
30 minutes in, half your notes.
Who was he?
Tom Savini, he was like one of the greatest makeup artists ever. He did some of the best effects in movie history.
He's the Godfather of gore. Give me
exactly.
Some movies. Give me some movies.
Okay, Friday.
Hold on. Let's see if you can name 10.
The Prowler, obviously. The Burning, apparently. Thank you for giving me that one. Friday the 13th Part 1. Friday the 13th Part 4.
Struggling.
Alright, that's it. That's all the movies I've
4.
seen.
You couldn't even get your whole hand.
That's all the movies you've shown me.
Who's he really good friends with?
His mom.
Okay, I'll give you a little hint. George A. Romero.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
So come on, you got 4 films. Let's see if you can name more.
Oh, yeah, he did all his George A. Romero's films there.
Wrong.
So anyway.
Day of the Dead?
Day of the Dead, thank you. So Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, yep.
Anything else?
Shaun of the Dead. No, not Shaun of the Dead.
No, you didn't. So you made it, what was that? I can't do math. That's 3. You did 3 films.
3. I did 4.
4 films. 2 of them were both Friday the 13th.
And one of them I gave you. That's how bad your notes are. I just want to point out.
Again, these notes were not on Tom Savini or Sex and the City or Waterworld. This was on The Prowler. And you see, the critical response for The Prowler was, a little lackluster. Most people didn't like it, say it was a bit too violent, gory. As I said, Lyndon Gross panned the movie, as in didn't like it, for its violent content, because violence is bad. Yeah.
I love how, once again, Twister's back, by the way, everyone.
Could you just...
So
I'm telling you the critical press.
So the plot line to Twister now.
Hold on a second. I'm giving you the critical press, and that's not enough for you.
Is that the name of the newspaper?
No, the lady.
You giving me critical.
No, I'm trying to tell you the critical press. You interrupting me with your Twister nonsense and your Sex and the City fantasy again.
I love how you're still talking about a TV show that you have no idea. Actually, even Twister, you can't even describe anything about it. So Twister, what it's about, is the reason why it's a slasher film is because the tornado just keeps coming back and taking this poor girl's family away, piece by piece by piece. Yeah, see, I love your... Bill Paxton's in it. You know who Bill Paxton is?
Sorry that I don't read every single actor.
Me? You just watched a Bill Paxton film the other day.
I did. I watched Predator the other day.
Really? Did you?
Yes, I remember specifically watching Predator 2 the other day.
All right, Bill Paxton's in that.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Does he say a fucking alien?
No, that's Danny Glover.
Oh, my bad.
No, Bill Paxton is the crazy guy, the new one that dies in the subway.
Who?
Okay, see, apparently you didn't even watch that film.
I did. Sorry, I can't.
You only watch 5 minutes of a movie and you feel like you've seen it. And the funny thing is, I've watched Twister with you, and you don't remember anything about it.
No, you haven't watched Twister with me.
Actually, here's another thing about Twister to bring it all back. So the other day we went and saw the new Resident Evil movie. And
No,
there's a scene-
don't.
No.
I'm not doing this again. No.
No, but did you notice the cow in the movie?
I'm coming out of character to tell you no.
Did you see the cow?
I don't want to talk about the movie. Keep going.
No, we're not talking about that movie. I just want to know if you saw the cow in the movie.
No, I did not see the cow in the movie.
There was a scene where the spoiler alert, the city gets blown up, but this shows a cow getting vaporized, and that was because of Twister. Because Twister, the big selling point was like in the trailer they showed a cow blowing around. So that's bringing it back around to Twister for you. I love how mad you are about the cow.
I'm just mad that the Resident Evil movie was absolute shit.
Yeah, that's your opinion. I think the opposite. We'll leave it at that. That's not our current
That's
topic.
a discussion for next episode.
No, no, it's still to be determined who actually gets to pick the next topic. We gotta play
Sudden death.
Sudden death. You guessed first. Isn't that sudden death?
Well, no, that was the original killer trivia. Now this is sudden death. So once I read the question, whoever the first person is to answer it gets to pick the next topic.
I didn't read the rules either.
Oh, Jesus. So, you are by far such a pain in the ass.
You see, people call me Ed. Ed from Shaun of the Dead because I act exactly like Ed.
Don't exasperate things. Exasperate? I don't know the word. I can't speak.
Exasperate, you got it right the first time.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Do you know anything about that film?
Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, those two wrote what I think it's called, not the Quentin Tarot series. They call it something similar, but
Okay, all right.
Those two buddies who are the funniest guys.
Name some other movies that they're in. Do you know their names?
No, I'm terrible with names, damn it.
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Thank you.
Okay, so name some other movies.
I'm terrible at names, damn it. Again, terrible names. Shaun of the Dead. Sexy, just watched it. There's a cop one that was called, not Jump Street, that's another funny one.
Hot Fuzz.
It's not Hot Fuzz,
Yeah.
idiot. No, it's not Hot Fuzz. It's 22 Jump Street, clearly.
All right, pick a number between... All right, so we're going to go to sudden death now. Don't look at the answers. Okay, we're not doing that now. Go to another one. This is why I can't trust you for anything. Okay, so now it's sudden death.
We have 20 minutes left. What do you mean sudden death?
We're just going to...
We have 20 minutes left.
Well, we've been so far off topic, I figured that we might as well just at least see...
I've been off topic. You've been talking about sex.
All right, fine. Before we do the sudden death, then...
Can I just finish my critical response?
Oh, you're still on that? I thought you gave up on that. All right,
no, you interrupted me, and then I just stopped trying.
You have a couple minutes now. I'll give you, what do you want, 2 minutes? I'll give you 2 minutes. Because I haven't seen this movie in years to sell me on this movie. Give me everything you got in those notes now.
Okay. Well, critical responses. This movie is often compared to Halloween, of course, and William Luigi's Maniac. Probably said that wrong. And it's compared to those films because they're very gory. Like I said, it's pretty much just known for its gore because, well...
Describe some of the gore for me.
It's Tom Savini. That's all you need. You act like I gotta give you a note-in-note demonstration when if you know who Tom Savini is...
You couldn't even describe him or name other movies. You named 4 movies that he did, and you're giving me crap.
I'm giving you crap for saying Sex and the City more than your own movie. Did you even remember your movie's title?
Yes, I remember my movie's title.
Oh, you do, did you?
Quit squirming, by the way. Now you're in the hot seat.
Oh, the hot seat.
Yeah. Okay, so you failed at selling me on your movie.
You failed at mentioning the movie's name.
What, mine?
You haven't said your movie's name once. I said it more.
I'm not supposed to say it. Time for sudden death. I'm going to read another killer trivia question.
It's time for killer trivia, so go and tell your mom. It's time for killer trivia, for your sake, don't be wrong. It's time for killer trivia, we hope you play along, cause it's time for killer trivia.
And first person to say the answer is going to be the winner. And they're going to choose the next movie topic for a future episode of Mystery Movie Madness. All right, you ready? You get to pick a number between 1 and 4.
7.
There's only 4 questions on this card, so...
8.
Okay.
5.
We're gonna go with 3.
No, 2.
Okay, we're gonna go with 3.
2.
Ready? You ready for this?
2.
So first person to name the answer.
Okay. In Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, what did the sign on Jesse's door say? No nerds, no fat chicks, restricted area, No out-of-town chicks. I'm gonna go with restricted area.
Restricted area. That was easy.
Really? Because I said it first. So if I...
Said first. That's like...
Ooh, we're both wrong. It's no out-of-town chicks.
Such a random sign.
Well, apparently you knew it because it was so obvious. All right, pick a number between 2 and 5.
7. Okay, so 1.
Between 2 and 5 is what I told you.
Oh, 2 and 5. Okay, 9.
Really, this joke is still ongoing. Really?
5.
All right, we're gonna go 5. In Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare, what did Freddy cut from Carlos? His ear.
Nah. His ear.
I see. I was gonna name all the stuff, but I already knew it was his ear.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so...
Which is a great scene. You tell me about that scene.
Tell me about the scene. Oh, that one's... Wait a second. He doesn't cut off his ear. He sticks the weird tube in it, the cotton swabs. Not the cotton swabs. What do you call the thing that cleans your ear?
He does cut it off, though.
No, he doesn't. He sticks the weird device to it. He sticks the weird Freddy ear. No, he cuts off... He doesn't cut off the ear. He cuts off the hearing device, the hearing aid, not the ear.
In his whole ear.
No, he does not cut off his whole ear. He cuts off the hearing device, and then he straps it to his ear, because it has to go onto his ear.
Yeah, he cuts off the whole ear.
No,
He's holding the side of his head, and then he gives him the Freddy's version of the hearing aid.
Which could only fit onto his ear, which is why...
No. He gives him the Freddy's version, so this way Freddy can manipulate it and do all the stuff that he did.
Oh, what stuff did it? Can't describe properly. He gives him his hearing aid, which gives him super hearing, so then Freddy starts screwing with them, turning on the faucets, and then dropping nails, and eventually taking out a cutting board and going...
Yeah, doing the nails, which is by far the best scene in the film, I feel like.
It is the only good scene in the film. Don't tell me...
That's the only thing you get out of Freddy's Dead is that scene.
Oh, well, what else am I supposed to get?
What about when he opens the giant map and just says, fuck you on it?
Oh, that was also good.
Or no, it says you're fucked. That's what it says, you're fucked.
Well, that video game segment where we play Super Mario for
Freddy's
good 5
glove
minutes.
with the super glove? Tell me that's not good?
It's not.
Alright, so I get to choose the next...
Hold on, you didn't answer the last question yet.
What?
Alright. I got it. Who has the highest body count in the slasher genre? Jason did it.
I feel like you just totally just fumbled around on that. Alright, so we're gonna do an easy one, I feel like.
Romantic comedies.
No, I mean, we could do something... why don't we go... Wanna go zombie movie?
Nah.
Oh, you don't have a choice. Zombie movie it is.
No, I do have a choice.
So the next topic is going to be zombie film. It could be broad. I don't care if it's voodoo zombies or if it's just regular old fast-moving zombies or slow zombies. Doesn't matter.
So just zombies. Has to have a zombie in it.
Has to predominantly be zombies in it. Can't just be one. It can't be like that the movie where the chick fell in love with the zombie.
What?
Yeah, you never saw that? I don't know the name of it. It was horrible.
I saw Zombie Weddings.
Well, as long as there was a bunch of zombies in it, it counts. So any final words, Joe Mccrispy, before we sign off?
Yeah, I swear, disclaimer, this time I'll do my notes. I promise. I'm gonna do notes this time.
Are you gonna actually watch the movie this time?
No, but yeah, I'm gonna do notes this time.
So that means it's gonna be one of the Twilight films then, I feel like.
Twilight doesn't have zombies, it has vampires.
See, that's how much I've seen that movie. Apparently you have seen it because you already knew.
When you have...
That's it. That's your final. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us on Mystery Movie Madness, and we hope to join you again.
We have to edit stuff, don't we?
You have to edit a lot of stuff.
What?
Yep. Bye.